All right, good morning. We're going to go ahead and kick this off just a hair early this morning so that we can make use of the Friday, because I'm already ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just kick it off. So good morning, everybody. Hope everybody has had or afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. I realize that other people are not necessarily where I am here in the Midwest of the United States. So I hope you've had a great week and that everything's going well for you. And if you're joining me this morning, thank you. This morning for me. Thank you for spending a little time with me. And let's get rolling. Now, I almost switched it up this morning, but I thought, no, I'm going to stick with this at least through today and work on it one more day in a row just because I want to get this thing working better than it is. So we're going to dive in this morning and see if we can keep working on our Recon tool that we're trying to build. So let's go over here and look around. Let's make sure everything's where it needs to be. So OpenVPN is working, cursor is up. Here's where we're running the actual Recon. Over here is, this is where we're pinging. Let's ping and see if we can actually ping this guy. Oh, why is that go? Oh, it's because I've got this on full screen. I don't need it on full screen. I just need it about right. Oh, I didn't want to do that either. Move up. Just move up. Just move up a little. There you go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, VMware Workstation Window. Thank you. Now a product of sucky Broadcom. Oh, did I say that out loud? All right, so we're pinging, we're good. All right, so that's good. So that part's working. And now we are over here, and here is the actual API server that's actually serving up the tools. And then over here, it's just kind of like a scratch terminal where we're running commands and things if we need to. So let's go over here and just run it through once, and we should get the exact same error that we have right here, and we'll talk about it. So, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. So we're going to run this with, we need to change this IP address to the new updated IP address, 103. We run, and there we go. We immediately die. Man, that didn't even try to, it did run the scan. Yeah, it ran the scan and then failed because it's trying to get the results of the scan, and it can't get results of a scan that it hasn't finished yet. So we've got to go over here, and we need to, you know what we need to do? We need to make a function over here in the tools that can check to see if Nmap is running or not. And I was wrong. We are going to have to do a little bit of a checklist here on the basic Recon. And it might be kind of fun. I don't know. We'll see. So we've got a lot of junk in here. I don't think we want to put it in here. I think we want to put it in our config file. We've got this is an app, being CLI. So we're going to make a new file. We're going to make a config for our UR config.py in our CLI. I didn't used to like these config, like a Python config file, but I actually like having a Python config file now. And the reason is because in these config files, all you're doing is just putting in a Pythonic structure, right? So Python data for basic Recon. Okay, and it's going to be like this. So we're going to call it basic Recon. Let's call this basic Recon checklist. There we go. Perfect. It knew what I wanted to do. Now, I don't like a bunch of these. These are not what I want, but that's fine. Let's close this off. There we go. do an in-map quick scan. I want in-map detailed scan. I want GoBuster scan. And then I don't want these. We really don't need to have a GoBuster. The GoBuster is just going to get checked off that it got kicked off, not that it actually ran. But we don't need to quibble about that. So we're gonna have to import this and then copy it. So let's do that. Let's go over here. I think we have to. I don't even know. I've never tried to modify one of these that I've imported from another file. I guess there's no reason that I would have to mod that I would have to. It's just kind of like an initial. It's just kind of like an initial thing. Initial. What am I trying to say? An initial setup or initial starting point. Man, I really need that coffee this morning. Okay, so we have to put a init.py in here, or else it won't like that. If you didn't know that, you've got to have that init.py, or you're not able to import that config. So now from config import basic recon checklist. Okay, so now down here, we're going to make a while loop. While let's just do one at a time. I think that is pretty smart. So while we're just going to do the in-map scan right now, though. Okay, perform in-map scan. Actually, we don't want to put the perform in the while. We want to do it first. So let's do the in-map scan, and then the while starts. And now this is going to be self dot check completed. And then we'll have to give it a name, in-map quick scan. Okay, maybe this will work. Wow. We'll see. And then it would go on to, actually we want this in front of this, because we want to be able to say that we're doing the basic recon, and then we're going to start the in-map scan, and then while we're scanning, while basic recon checklist in-map scan equals false, check is it complete, we're gonna do this should work. We should do basic recon checklist in-map quick scan equals self.check completed in-map quick scan. Okay. Let's just do in-map completed. No, let's just do check completed. I have a feeling we're going to end up needing to do this a lot. Maybe. And if we do, then we're going to want to make this a generic function over in our API server where we just pass in the things that we're actually looking for. So, yeah, but all right, let's just keep going. All right, so let's make a little recon functions. I'm going to put right here just a little 3-arrow completion check completion of scans. Okay. We only want the one, so it's just going to be define. We can do that, but check completed self it's not going to be scan type. It's going to be tool name. Yeah, it's going to be tool name. Now the problem is going to be with a lot of like GoBuster and stuff. It's going to be, we could have 2 and 3 instances of GoBuster, and that's why that's not going to work when it comes to it's not going to work with things like GoBuster. It's really going to only work with like InMap. But again, I feel like InMap is one of the few ones that we really care about whether it finishes or not. Everything else we can kind of move on about our day. But InMap, we need to make sure it's done. So, you know what's funny? We could just be really lame and do like, wait 1 minute. Because that basic scan will run like in a minute. But we don't want to be lame like that. We want to actually check and see if it's running. So, the way to do that is going to be check if completed. It's going to have to use the... We've already been using self.perform, yeah, API request, perform InMap scan params. Okay, so that's how we've been doing all these. We give it the name, of the endpoint we want to hit, and then what the parameters are for that endpoint. Should be the same for GoBuster scan. Yeah, perform GoBuster scan params. Okay, so that's the way we've been doing these. That'll be nice and easy. So we need to go over here now. Before we go any further over here, well, no, we can do it from here. We can try to at least map it out a little. So we can say return self dot API request, check tool status, tool name. Nice, because that's all it is. That's all it should be. And then, actually though, we don't want to. We only want to return true or false. So let's make. Let's see, completed equals, if completed, print, scan completed successfully, else print tool is still running. We need to return, and this is return true, and this would be return false. I don't know why it didn't quite understand what I wanted to do there. There we go. Return false. Okay. Yeah, and that can actually be all the way out here. The reason that this is all the way out is because it doesn't. If it gets this far, it's false. So we could leave it in like this, and it works fine if you do it like this. Because if the if is not, then you have to run the else. So I guess we'll just leave it on the else. So that actually may be done right there. That might work the way it's supposed to. Let's go back up here and check though and make sure we're actually using it correctly. So we're printing basic recon checklist equals self.check completed. It's not InMap quick scan though, it's just InMap. Yeah, it's just InMap. Okay. And then this might fix itself. Our error we were having about it, having trouble with performing. Oh, we don't need this anymore. Oh, where's the display InMap results? That's here. What? Where did that go? I guess that got destroyed. Self.display InMap results. Okay, so that should be right there. Then perform InMap scan. Oh, see, we're just running it right now. We shouldn't do that. We should make sure that we're, hey, what's up? Nope, Tara. Good to see you. I guess we'll fix it. We'll fix that next. But right now it's just running. I don't know why we did that. We should be saying if it should only run if port 443 or port 80 are in the scan results. So we'll figure that out here in a minute. Okay. So let's go to our. We got to go to our routes first. And we've got to make this new route in here. Let's close these other routes. There really aren't that many, to be honest. We've got a perform in-map scan, get in-map results, and a perform GoBuster scan. That's really all we've got. So fewer than I thought in here. Let's do the. We don't want get GoBuster results. What we want is check completed. Check completed. Okay. Try data request equals get JSON. If no data, blah blah blah. Tool name equals get data tool name. If not tool name, yeah, error. I do love the fact that it does all these error checking things. I would not do that. Yeah, I wouldn't do all this error checking that it's doing if it didn't, kind of pop it out for me. All this error checking makes sense, but I just wouldn't do it. I'm too lazy. So that's one of the things that really helps with having the Copilot. That's what I'm trying to say. Having the Copilot help you, because the Copilot will, spit out all of these checks. I mean, look, data equals request.json if no data. So if there's nothing there at all, it just says, hey, you didn't give us any JSON, and we have to have the JSON. Tool name equals data.get tool name, which is what we named it over here. It has context. It read over here not in tools, but in Kaytron. That's what we named it. We said that it's going to be tool name right here. See? So it read it, which is really cool. Had context to the other file. And it put it in. And then it said if tool name doesn't exist. So the first check was, is there any JSON at all? And then the second check is, inside that JSON, is there a tool name? That's what that's saying. So there is, so it's checking for both of those. And now the first one is there was no JSON at all. The second error is, well, you sent me JSON, but it's the wrong JSON. And if I got everything I actually was needing to be able to perform this check completed method, then it will actually run. Hey, good morning, RB. Good to see you, buddy. Return JSONify completed equals completed. Good. So it's just going to return a true false. Okay, so this all works. Now let's go over to tools and let's work on a check completed. So we've got let's close these up again. Remember, I always like to close these up so that I can not be distracted by we can get rid of this now because that worked. I don't like to be distracted by all the code when I'm trying to write new code. If code is working, I had someone tell me this early on, and it's smart. If the code is working, just close it. Like if it's working, I don't need to look at it anymore because it just distracts me. So then I've got in-map scan functions, and there they all are. GoBuster scan functions, and there they are. And utility functions. And that's where we want to start because we want to do this define check completed tool name. If the tool name equals in-map, that is not what we want. It doesn't matter what. See, I don't know why it's trying to do that, but that's not what we need. What we need is and we don't want to see. It's trying to check by file name. Oh yeah, hey. So RB, we're working on the Recon tool again. So right now, what we're doing is, we have successfully got the recap for everybody here. We successfully have the tool working to the point that if I run this, oh my gosh. Oh, it's because we've been working on it. Well, I won't be able to show you right now, but the point is, oh man, look at all that crap that made instantly. It's trying to make a call to a a function that doesn't exist. But the point is it'll run the nmap and it will create a terminator window for the nmap. But when we did that, our code is actually expecting to be able to, let's go back over Ktron. Let's look at the basic recon. So we were performing the nmap scan just fine, but then we were trying to display the nmap results before the nmap scan was done because we changed the way we did it. Before we had it kind of, the best way to say it was we would have had it inline. In other words, we ran the nmap scan and the whole Python process just stopped and waited on that nmap scan to finish before it moved on. But we changed the way we were doing it, and now it opens an nmap window, a terminator window running nmap off to the side. And so because of that, it jumped ahead and tried to display nmap results, which did not exist yet. So now we've created a while loop here, and we created a basic recon checklist, which is over here in config. So if I go to config here it is. And all it is nmap quick scan false, nmap detailed scan false, and GoBuster scan false. That's all it is. Just a nice little checklist here. And theoretically, we could actually build, oh man, I'm getting ahead of myself again. We could even have our program over here be smart and run the recon based on the config file, but I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. So for now, it's running it, the basic recon checklist. And now we are doing this thing where we're making a little function that is check completed to see if the nmap scan is completed. So it's going to have to look for the PID, the PID of nmap to see if it's done or not. And we'll have this thing, it'll have to check. I don't want to check. We just ran into that problem. So we do need to have a sleep, and we're going to check it like every 5 seconds. I think is a nice number. That means we're going to have to add time up here. So, it's from time import sleep. Yeah, that's what we need. Am I using time in here somewhere? Where am I using time that I'm not using sleep? Oh, it's because I've got a function for a timestamp, maybe? I don't know. Let's search for it. Time. Okay. Man, I got a lot of time in here. Okay. Oh, I had a time.sleep too. I don't want that. Let's just get rid of that. That's ugly. Okay, so now because I did that, I can get rid of this import. I just do from time import sleep, and that way I can just do sleep. Now it's going to make me close all these because it opened them all again. Okay, so hopefully that wouldn't it be easier to just insert commands with subprocess? We are doing the commands with subprocess, but we're just having the API server do the commands for us. We're trying to keep everything separated, right? Like the Ktron should really only be asking for work to be done, and the routes the work to the right location, and then tools should actually do the work. I feel a diagram coming. Let's diagram this real quick. Because I'm glad you asked that question, because even kind of clears it up in my mind a little bit more. So it's like this. So Ktron over here is requesting. Okay, let's make this just a little bigger, and we'll do this. Ktron requests work to be done. Okay, so come on, move over. So Ktron requests work to be done, right? And then it requests the work to be done to the API server. All right. So this is routes is the name of the file, routes.py, which is the API server. Okay. and it literally just it routes. It directs traffic is what we'll say. It directs traffic. And then right now, the only place that it's really directing traffic to is tools. Okay. Tools.py. And tools.py is doing the work. If that makes sense. So this is the one that's actually running the tools. So subprocess should only be running out of the tools.py. That's how we're trying to do this. If this guy's running, if Kaytron is running any subprocesses, then something is wrong. It should not be running subprocesses. If routes is running subprocesses, something is wrong. It shouldn't be run from routes. Tools should be running subprocesses. Okay? Routes should only be directing traffic, and if it looks like an IP, do an mmap thing. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, and then requests work to be done. Okay? So, the problem we're running into right now is we're requesting nmap here, like run nmap scan. It says, okay, run nmap scan. Tool starts to run the nmap scan, but because these are disconnected, we lose track of whether it is done or not. So we're like, oh, is the nmap scan actually done? See, we've lost track of that. So we're creating a polling function called check completed. And check completed is going to check for the PID of the nmap scan. So in this case, let's say that it's running. We're going to put this right here. Check completed is here. And so over here, it's running it. Subprocess is running. Subprocess is running over here, and check completed is going to check every 5 seconds and see if it is completed. And it's going to come back with a true or false. Is it done? Is it done? Is it done? Every 5 seconds. And when it finally is done, then it'll pass all the way back to Kaytron that it has finished. So that's what we're doing right now. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so check completed. We don't need, I don't know why it's trying to do it that way. It's not how we're going to do it. We're going to check for the PID of the process. That's what we're doing. Now let's see if it understands what we're trying to do here. Yeah, return true if the PID is running and return false otherwise. Okay, so I love it. I want it to help me write the function, and all it keeps doing is giving me like, check if the PID is running. Return true if the PID is running. Check if the PID is running. Yes, I know. You get it. You get it, cursor, but you're also not helping me write this process. So we need an if here. If, how do we want to do this? Let's go ahead and cheat and go over to, we're going to go over to Claude and have Claude give us a hand here, because I don't feel like trying to figure this out on my own this morning. So let's go to Claude, and we're going to, hey, I need to check, I need a function, I need a Python, oh man, I need a Python function to check if a process is running by checking for the PID of the process. In this case, we know the PID will contain terminator and a tool name. We just need to return true or false if the PID, if the process is running or not. I've learned, by the way, that the more you give, the more you really try to specify what you want, the better. Let's copy this. I also want to try a new service. I've used it in the past, but I'm starting to use it again, and it's called Find. So let's do that and get Claude running. Now let's go over here to Find. Find is supposed to be specifically made for coding. So, and it uses Claude Sonnet 3.5 under the hood. So the same thing I'm using over here with Claude, but it's interesting to see what different results you get back. Ooh, look at that. Is process running tool name for process in P, blah, blah, blah. If terminator in process and tool name lower in process return true. Nice. That might be it right there. That might be it right there. Let's do it in Find too, though. So we're gonna try Find. Let's see what Find. Now see, Find actually has access to the internet. Ooh, step-by-step thought process. Points to consider. Completed code. This looks very similar to what Claude just gave us. Let's be sneaky here. Let's do that. Let's throw that over there. Oh man, it's too many. And then let's throw that. Oh, I can't throw it over there because I have another screen on the other side, but we can shrink it down here. Shrink it down. There we go. And let's see how these two look. They look very similar or not. Okay, so let's look. Is running process tool name for proc in blah blah blah. Try if terminator in info. Whoops, in process info. Yep, I think it's just because it's on 2 lines. It's throwing me off. Return true. I think I like the results from Find better just because they're actually, I mean, really there's only one difference, but it just feels more like it's been made better as far as a programming perspective. Like it actually cuts the line off in the right spot. It's got a nice little comment in here. We're gonna use it. So we want this guy. Okay, and let's go back to our code. Let's go to Kali. Check completed. Here it is. Is process complete? We need to import ps-util. There it is. Nice. Enter. Let's close these again because I don't want to look at them. Okay. Man, is that going to work? Try. Oh, we need to return a true though. Where's our? Oh, there it is. Return true. Okay, so if it's running, it returns true. If all right, that might be working. We're at least gonna give it a shot. Nothing over here is red, so we don't have any like errors as far as like syntax. Might have coding errors, but that's it. We've got this check completed. So now it's supposed to run while, yeah. Okay, let's give it a shot and let's see where we're at. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna scroll up. Before we do that, let's just go ahead and get rid of the whole notes folder. Okay, let's run this. An error occurred, okay? Max retries exceeded. What? Perform in-map scan. Why? Oh, we killed it. We killed it, guys. It's dead. The API server is dead. No module named ps-util. What? You don't need ps-util. What? What doesn't have ps-util? Routes. You don't need it. Tools. Import. Is psutil not a standard library? Let's ask. Is psutil in the Python standard library? Huh. Okay, that's the problem. It's not part of the standard library. Do we have a VENV for? Yeah, we've got a VENV for the whole shebang. So I just need to go over here. Oh, we have the VENV. It's already on. Okay, so we just need to pip install psutil. Let me ask here. Pip install psutil. Okay, that's what I assumed, but I don't like to. I like to check before I actually just pip install some random library that I don't know what it is. Okay, so psutil. That's good. So that's back. So now we got to run this again. Okay, so API server is running. Okay, good. Back to CLI. Ready to run. Let's delete this one more time. Let's run this. Dang it. Okay, well, our nmap scan popped up. What happened now? Check nmap scan status, scan ID self. Oh, okay. When we wrote it in here, I knew there had to be something we didn't finish. There always is. So basic nmap scan. Oh, sorry, we're down. I'm in the wrong file. I need to be in Kaytron. Okay, here it is. We're doing basic recon checklist run nmap quick scan false. Oh no, self-complete. Oh no, what is that error then? Okay. Scan complete equals self.api request check nmap scan ID equals. So, oh, that's not right. Okay, yeah, that is not the JSON that should be in there. Check nmap scan results should just be the tool name. While basic check basic recon nmap scan results equals false. Basic nmap scan equals check completed nmap. Check completed self.api request check self tools check tool status. Oh, that's not the name. That's not the name that we gave it. What was the name we gave it? Check completed is the name of the route. So that's part of the problem right there. The route is called check completed. That's because we didn't know the name of the route, what we were going to name it when we wrote this. Let's see if that was enough to do it, or if we get a different error. Okay. Home, Knox, repos, perform nmap. It's in perform nmap quick scan. Scan complete equals check nmap scan status. Where is this crap coming from? Why am I getting confused? Let's copy this. This is another trick. Copy this so I can figure out exactly where this is happening at. Perform nmap quick scan. Oh, okay. All right. Basic recon. Oh, why is this down here? We don't need this down here. We don't need any of that. Okay. I think we had thought about maybe back a little bit ago doing this as, okay, I see here. I see. So we need to take this out because we're not checking that here. And we need to take this out because we're not going to display the results here. We don't want that here anymore. We just want this function to finish. Okay? This function just needs to finish. Okay, so that's it. So do we not have a print for starting? Oh, we have a kicking off already. Okay, let's see if that works. Sorry, guys. Woo! This is what happens when you start trying to write longer pieces of code. It gets complicated, but it's good for you. You have to try to make some larger projects. You've got to try to build something bigger than just a single script. You don't learn unless you like force yourself to try to keep all these different, concerns separated. It's good. It's good. All right, so let's go again. Oh, we got an in map. All right, I don't even care that it although it says check completed. All right. Why is the check completed not real? It's like not real. Okay, so that failed. We might be able to find that right here. Check completed gave us a 500. Okay, so we'll have to figure that out. The other thing we got to do before we do anything else is we are going to have to get rid of, where's the run in map scan? We got to get rid of the, part of the command is press enter to close the window, and we don't want that. We want the window to just close on its own because we need it when it's done to just go away. Okay. You gotta find where that's at. I know where it's at. We broke that out. So the actual Terminator window stuff, remember, got its own functions. So it's down here. So run, it's a utility function down here, right? Run process, run tool in Terminator. So here's where it's at. We need to take this, we need to take off this echo, press enter to close window and read, because that's what's stopping the window from closing, because we want the window to close. We don't want it to hang open. Because if it hangs open, if the window hangs open, then the PID will always exist until we actually go over and manually press enter. And we don't want that. We want it's supposed to be automated without human interaction. So we don't want that to just hang there open all the time. Okay, now let's go figure out why we're getting a 500 on this guy. Are we return? Let's look at this error one more time. Okay, detected. It's just a 500. It doesn't tell me anything. Doesn't tell me anything. JSONify error 500. So if we get the JSONified, so it's not getting something back. So let's see what tools is doing. We got to close these again. Let's look at, it's this guy. Oh, I know what it is. We need to return this as JSON. So we need to do, can we do completed equals true, like that? And completed equals false. That's what it is. We're using an API, so it really wants things to be in JSON. Let's go back and see what this guy's looking for. Over here, check completed over here. Okay, if completed equals, so it's going to come back as a as JSON. So completed will equal to JSON. So that means this actually would be that. Yeah, it got it. Completed, like that, which is kind of weird, but that's what it is. If that doesn't make sense, let me know. But the point is, it's because this is coming back as JSON. Returned JSON looks like this. Yeah. The return JSON from the function looks like completed, and it'll be true or false. So that's why we have to do completed equals. Maybe it would be better if I put result equals, and then I change this to result completed. Maybe that doesn't look quite so like stupid when it's like completed. That looks kind of weird. So let's do that. It doesn't really matter. We're just using it right here. Okay, so I guess we're ready to try to run it again. Our API server appears to still be running without a problem. Let's go over here. Let's delete. I'm having fun deleting this folder every time. Let's run it. Oh man, here we go. All right, so this time we're running. Dang it. Okay, so we're close. None type object is not subscribable. It's coming back with none? What? We need to figure this out. Okay, so by the way, let's go over and make sure that my box is not about to die. That would be you. Oh, did I close it? Hack the, or try hack me. Let's go to learning. I can't believe I closed that window like a moron. Like a moron. Most popular. Easy, of course. CTF. Page 2. Startup. We got an hour left. How do we have an hour left on this guy? I guess I did the thing I always tell you to do and like hit the button twice. So I guess we have plenty. Okay. All right, so why are we getting a none type? Let's do some experimenting. Experimentation time. Okay, so we're gonna try to run some long running. Where's the Terminator at? Here we go. Terminator title, quick in-map scan. We don't want a quick one though. We want a long in-map scan. So let's do this. We're gonna use our shell GPT. So we're gonna copy this. Now watch this. I'm gonna paste this in, and I'm gonna put. I want a longer, more in-depth in-map scan and change the IP to, and then we need to figure out what the correct IP is again. That's over here. We're gonna scroll this down. Yeah, always press the button extra. Change the IP to 10.10.147.103. Okay, and I hit Control L because that's what Shell GPT uses for the buffer. And boom, there we go. Now we're running a long scan, which is what we want. Okay, so now we're gonna kick this off. All right, so now it's running like a long scan. Now the reason we're doing this is because, for one, I want you to show. By the way, if you didn't know, you can hit the space bar while in-map is running. Look, space bar, and it will give you the current, estimate of how much longer it's going to take to finish the scan. See that? Pretty nice. We're up to 4% already. Okay, so the reason I wanted to do that is now we're going to yet again open yet another window. Oh, we don't need to because we opened Terminator. Now we need to check for the PID of Terminator running in map. Control L. Let's see what it gives me. pgrep. Okay. Weird. That did work. How does that work? Terminator.inmap. Okay. Because it's doing like a parent-child thing. What if we do a... let's use... Yeah, I can do that. Let's use ps aux grep instead. Control L. Man, I love this, being able to do that. Well, it still did that, but I don't want that. I want like, weird. Can I just do straight in map? If I do that, I get more than one. Why do I get more than one? Okay. Oh, why are those other ones still open? We haven't run a top 1000 ports one for a while. Are these zombie? Is there more than one window open? There is. What the frick? I didn't even know there were more windows open that we never closed. That's a problem. That's why we have to close these. Okay. Oh, process grep f find terminator as main program, nmap as subprogram. Is that what that is? Process grep f find terminator. Nope, Terra. Thank you so much for the explanation. That's what I assumed it probably was, but man, it feels like, well, then why can't we do that that feels much nicer. Why can't we do that inside of Python? Let's ask. Let's ask find about that. Copy. Let's go back over to find and let's see if we can ask it if that's a thing or if that's really what psutil is doing under the hood and I just don't understand it. Is the function... Yeah, is the function doing something like this? Oh, it's because I'm coming over from the other one. Hold on, let me take a screenshot. Because I can't copy from one machine to the other. Let's take a screenshot. Not you. You. Let's paste the screenshot in. Okay. And then I'm going to copy the... nope, I'm literally copying your comment. Look at how interactive this is. And I'm going to paste your comment in. And we're going to let it noodle on what you said and what we just showed it there and see what it says. Yes, the function is doing something similar to this. Explanation. pgrep-f. This command searches for the process with a command line that matches the given pattern. The F flag makes it search for the full command line, not just the process name. Yep. Pattern terminator star nmap. This pattern looks for process where terminator appears as the main program and nmap appears as the subprogram. That's exactly what we want. Because that's I don't want to say foolproof, but definitely safer. The Python function using psutil achieves a similar result by iterating over all the processes, checking for both terminator and the specified toolname nmap, returning true. This approach allows you to programmatically check for running processes. Okay. I'm learning. I hope you're learning, because I'm learning. This is why this is fun. All right, so what was our error again, though? Now I've lost track. Okay, so we got back no results. So here's what we need to do now then. This is still running, by the way, which is fine. So let's hit our own API ourselves and see if we can get it to work that way. So here it is, 5,000. Okay, so let's copy this. Copy. Okay, let's paste and go. All right. So now let's do check completed. And it should be, oh man, I'm doing this from memory. Tool name, in-map. Should just be like that, right? Oh, it did not like that. What's that? And yet, I couldn't pass my Linux Plus exam on the first try. Oh, I don't mean to laugh at you, buddy, but no, I get it. There's so many things you need to learn. Oh, I don't have sed memorized. I only use sed when, you know, yeah, I don't use sed. I mean, I use sed, but I don't have it memorized. You don't need to memorize that crap. Man, nowadays with Shell GPT, oh my gosh, I have Shell GPT installed on everything I do now. I mean, everything, because I can just do whatever I want now. Look at this. What is sed? Control L, boom. Right here in the command line, boom. Sed, or stream editor, is a text processing utility in Linux and Linux-like operating systems. Okay, sweet. Gonna hit Control to kill it. Now I'm gonna say, what is the difference? See, it's not even supposed to do this way. Actually, to do it correctly, I'm supposed to use Shell GPT. And then I can do a chat, and then I can do like, oh, chat, dumb. There we go, dumb. I'm naming this chat dumb. What is the difference between sed and awk? Or just the main differences? And look, right here in the command line. I mean, there you go. You don't have to know all this stuff anymore. You can just say, you can have it in the command line now, and you can just do it. If you're not using Shell GPT, man, you are missing out. It makes your life so much better. I've been putting it on every machine I make now. I've gotten really fast at it. It is really easy. Pipx install Shell GPT, and you're just about done. You just need your OpenAPI key, and you've got it. When you're done, you have to do the install integrations. It's SGPT install integration. Yeah, you got to do that install integration, which they fixed it now. For a while, it was broken and it wouldn't work right. Now it works. And when you run that, it adds. That's what adds the Control L keyboard shortcut into the yeah. Just do it. That's what adds that into your bash RC. So, by the way, that reminds me, I'm going to beat RB this morning. I'm going to go ahead and like my own stream. So I just clicked over here on my other window where I have the stream up just so I can have a look at it, and I liked my own stream. Thank you for those of you that have already liked my stream this morning. I appreciate it. All right, that was a nice long rabbit hole, but let's get back to trying to actually get this thing going here. Let's figure out what the problem is again. Okay, so we've got, we did our experiments. We figured out that it should work. We were getting an error that was a 500. And let's go back to our code and figure out why we're getting a damn 500 on our tools in running process. Okay, so is process running? For process and PS utils, try, check if terminator and tool are running. Return completed false. What are these other, are we supposed to be, does it want us to return that error thing? Yes. That's the problem, guys. I think maybe See, look, all the other ones we've done, it always wants us to do like, this is the perform GoBuster scan. If it works, return JSONify results. Okay. Let me look here. If not data, info dict path. If not info dict or path. Okay. If error, return. Where do I actually run it though? If it works. Data equals result. Okay. I don't think so. I don't think we have to do that. Check completed methods post. What did I run over here? Check completed. Tool name equals. Do I have to do like the question mark? Is that what I'm doing wrong? Like that? No. What if I do... What if I just do it like that? Why is it not working? I'm gonna have to get like Postman or something. We're gonna try it one more time and just see if something's wrong. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong thing. Sorry. All right, so let's kill this again. Let's run it again. Okay, so it says the problem is actually in Ktron. In line 234, check completed. None type object is not scriptable. So let's just set up a test here. Check completed. Okay, so let's put if result is none, print failed to check completion of tool name. Yeah, let's do that. That'll at least get us a little better results here. Okay, so now let's see. Give me a chance to drink a little coffee. See what it does. Oh, now we're not getting that. Now we're getting 500 on check completed. What the frick? Oh my gosh. You know what I think it might be, boys? You ready? We haven't restarted the server. We made a new command for the API server, but we didn't restart the server. It doesn't automatically update on Fast API. At least I don't think. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to restart it, and I'm going to see if that was the problem. And if it is, I'm going to be stressed. I mean, I thought maybe I'm crazy. No, maybe I'm crazy. It's still messed up. Do I have a typo? Check completed. Check completed. We're going to copy this. Copy. We're going to go over here. We're going to put it in. Run it. Method not allowed. Okay, that's different. Method was not found. Method not allowed. Okay. Method is not allowed. Okay, because we're doing a post. That's why. Okay. But these are all posts. Yeah. Okay. So now let's print this at this point. Let's do that. If I take this one, check completed, tool name, and we're going to print Okay, we're going to do that and see if that gets us a little result that tells us what it is, what the problem is, why we're not getting anything. Okay. This is good. We're actually going to restart this again. We're going to go over here, kill that, run this. Okay, that runs fine. I do get joy in the fact that at least our in-map scan is popping up because why am I getting that? Let's go to... Yeah, it just does not like it. Post, check completed, 500. That means it's getting it, but then it's failing. So we're getting to the route, and we're getting, the only 500 we're returning is right here. Print. We don't want the error, we want the request.getJSON. I want to see what's coming in. That's what I'm doing. I want it to print whatever the problem is, what it thinks it's getting, so we can see what it's doing. This is the part that's not fun. I get it. This is the part that's just really sucks when you're programming. But again, if you want to get things done, you have to go through the error loop, and you have to fight through it and figure out what the problems are. Okay, tool name and map. So the JSON looks correct. So, okay, so follow me here. So we're making connection to the API server. The JSON we're giving it is tool name in map. So now we're all the way over to tools, and we got to figure out why tools is not doing it right. So is process running tool name? I feel like I already know where this is going. Check if terminator and tool name are in command line. If terminator... Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Yep, I'm dumb. If terminator in .join proc.info command line .lower and tool name. Tool name is JSON, not the actual tool name. So right here we need to put in tool name. Tool name equals... This is really stupid. We're going to change this to tool. I'm a tool for taking so long to figure this out. Tool name. We're not getting the JSON out of it. Tool name. Tool name. Like that is the tool. The tool. And now we're going to do tool.lower. And now, maybe, it'll work. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's do it again. All right, there's our nmap. Come on. What is it now? Go ahead and close that. All right, let's look at our other stuff again and see if anything gave us any different. Tool name is in map. Copy. What was our error over here again? Oh, we weren't getting an error. It was just saying it was getting an internal server error. Which is when it returns the 500, one of these is not right. Data equals request.json get. All right, return. If not data, return JSONify. If not data. Print data. Let's try that. Let's reset it again. Oh. Keep doing the wrong thing. I'm gonna have to stop here pretty soon, guys. Let's kill this. Let's restart it. Let's go over here. Let's run this. Kill that. Run this. All right, this part runs beautifully. And then errors just start. Now let's go over here. Data, tool name, nmap. What the frick? Why don't you like that? There is data in there. Because the error is request data equals request.getJSON. Print data, data. If not data, return JSONify. Error. We're not getting that. What we get is we get a 500. So something is not right here. Tool name equals data. Oh, look. We are getting it right here. We're already getting the tool name. And so then we do print. We do complete check completed tool name. So we don't need this to be this way. We can just leave it as tool name. Return completed false. Hold on, we gotta look at the phone real quick. It's that time of the morning where I have to look at the phone. We're gonna try to get this before I leave this morning. It is a Friday morning. I got a little more time. Okay. Sorry. Okay. No more 2-hour Fridays. I mean, we can go to 8:30 probably. We'll probably go until 8:30. Definitely want to get this damn thing fixed. I'm really stressed out that this stupid thing is not obeying me and isn't working correctly. Sorry, I got to turn the fan up. It gets a little warm here in the bunker. Also, a little side note, I've been working on my shop, which is not the bunker. This is the bunker, but I've been working on my shop, which is next door, where I have my rack and all my other machines. So I'm going to have to do a tour of the shop now that I'm getting it all cleaned up. And it actually looks pretty now. So have to do that sometime soon here. All right, let's get back to fixing this thing now. Woo! Okay, so where can we try to get a little more, where can we try to get a little more logging out of this so that we can figure out what's going on? I'm about ready to just take this try and accept out, because if I take this out, if I take out that try and I take out this accept, then I'm going to get real error messages instead of the try accept error message. So let's try that and let's see if that helps us. Again, we're gonna just do this really. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go here. Okay, nmap. Okay, fatal server error. Yes, but did we get some new results? Yes, we got better results. Well, we got more interesting check completed. Return, okay. In line 95, in check completed, completed equals tool name. Check completed takes 0 positional arguments, but was given 1. On line 95. In line 95 of routes? Yes. Check completed. Oh my gosh. We're doing circular crap, guys. Look. The name here is check completed, and the name here is check completed, and it's trying to go in a circle. OMG. Not enough coffee. Roar! I can't believe we did that. Well, I did that. You didn't do anything. You guys have been sitting there laughing at me the whole time going, man, that stupid Knox. He's so dumb. I wonder how long it'll take him to figure this out. That he named that thing wrong. He's so dumb. I love watching his channel because he just makes me laugh. Oh, let's rename this check process completed. There we go. Check process completed. Now we got to go up here to tools. And we've got to import check process completed. Now we got to go over to tools. And we got to write, actually it's called is process running over here. Is process running. Let's go back over to routes and change it to that. Is process running. And we'll change that down here to is process running. Oh my gosh, I feel so dumb now. But I'm telling you, this is the problem, right? You're running, let's go back to the diagram. The problem is that you're running back and forth between multiple files, and this is the danger of what happens when you're doing that, right? When you're running between these files, your brain loses track of what's happening and what you've named things. And those of you who listen to me for a while have heard me say, naming is hard. Naming is hard. Because you name something in the moment, and then you go over to the other file, and you literally in 2 minutes forget what you named it. Did I use a dash? Did I use an underscore? What did I call it? I don't remember what I named it. Why in that moment I gave it the name I gave it. So naming is hard, and you have to keep track of what's happening. And that was a pain in the ass to track down, guys. Like, that was a weird error. And the reason it got so weird is because we had the same name on both of these. Because we had the same name here, and we were calling it here. It was going in a circle, and it was trying to call itself like recursively. Yeah. And because we only had one. The thing that finally gave it away is we only had one variable here, and the error said, hey, you're giving me one input parameter, and I'm expecting 2 input parameters, because check completed actually required 2 input parameters. So anyway, oh my gosh, I think maybe we got it. Okay, so that's running. Let's go over here. Yeah. What do you mean it's hard? I know, right? You should just name things variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. There you go. Just, give them super generic names. All right, let's run this. Here we go. There we go. Come on. Do it. Do it. All right, we got new errors. Yes, new error. Okay. So this is a great error. This is going to sound funny, though. Okay, this is the same error we were getting when we started today. The exact same error. But that's okay, because we knew there were problems getting to this point, and now we have successfully got we're working, right? See right here we have in-map scan completed successfully. I wonder why we're getting that twice though. That's annoying. Let's see if we can. That's an easy fix. Let's go see if we can fix that real quick. That is definitely in Kaytron, and definitely should be inside the run in-map scan basic recon. Where's it? I wonder why it says it perform in-map quick scan failed. Where are we getting that ran? Because we're not doing it here. Perform in-map quick scan, display in-map results. Is that maybe where it's getting it? Yeah, the scan completed successfully there with a capital. But if you noticed, there's another one in here that's running without a capital. It said it twice. Where is this coming from? Let's copy this and see if we can figure out where that's coming from, because we don't need it twice. Control F, paste. It only shows it happening here once. All right, well, we'll find that eventually. We're not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so over here in this display in-map results, we're going to definitely, because my brain is turning to jello, we're going to use some oh, is it? It may be. But we're not running, but remember we're not running in-map here. We're running it in Terminator. So I don't know how that would get passed. It would have to get passed all the way back over here. So I don't know how that's getting passed back over here. We'll worry about that later. Like I said, my brain is not in any place to handle that right now. Let's make a screenshot of this. Let me click on my windows here. Not you. What are you doing, Callie? Okay. Let's take a screenshot here. Okay. Let's go over to find. Find. Here we go. Let's just start a new conversation with it. How do I do that? What? I just want a new. There we go. Okay, here is my error. Do not want GPT-4o. What the frick? I am a man of sophistication. I use Sonnet. And here is the function. That was a joke, by the way, about about GPT-4o and Claude Sonnet. Let's close this. Let's make this a little smaller. I gotta make a screenshot of this. There we go. Click on the Windows desktop, make a screenshot. And it should be able to tell us what the problem is now. So let's go over here. Why are you back on 4.0? Sonnet. Oh, wow. It has an 01 preview. Oh, man. This is definitely not complicated enough to use 01 preview on. Bind has its own 405B model now, too, based on Meta's 405B model. I haven't tried it much yet. I need to. It looks like you're encountering a common issue in JavaScript related to the this keyword in the check project time slot function. What? This keyword, blah, blah, blah. Solution to fix this, you can use an arrow function. I'm not using, it did not read that right. It did not read those pictures right. Wow. Dang. What is it using for its image stuff? Because that was not right at all. That wasn't even close. Okay, so let's go back over here and let's see if just regular old Claude Sonnet can handle this. The problem is that I'm having to copy the stuff, use the screenshots, and that means that it has to actually look at the screenshot first. So let's try it again. Okay, so let's do this. Right here, here's the function. Let's go a little slower this time. Hold its hand. Hey, can you read this function and explain it to me? Paste, go. So we're going to make sure it actually can read it first. This function displays in-map results, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it looks like it got it this time. Now we're going to grab an error, the error from it. Okay. We'll give it a little bit of context. Let's go back over here. Yeah. I am getting an error when using the function. Please help me. Comma. It's Friday. And my brain hurts. Paste it in. And we'll see what we get. I understand it's Friday and you're dealing with a frustrating error. Let's take a look at the issue and try to resolve it. Oh, look at Claude having empathy for me on a Friday. Thank you, Claude. All right. This error is occurring in the display in-map results function, specifically on this line. The error suggests that port info is a string, but the code is trying to access it like a dictionary. To fix this, we need to ensure that port info is indeed a dictionary. Here are a few steps. Check the structure of self.quickscan info. Should be a list of dictionaries. Okay, so that means that it wants it to be a dictionary, but it's not. Okay, so let's go back over to tools, and I think we should fix this problem here. Oh no, where are we getting, or maybe not, because is this just grabbing, not routes, Ktron. Parse, display in-map results, self, print port. Yeah, where's it getting the results from? Perform the scan. Info dict. Where are you getting these from? I didn't write this function. It wrote it for me, and it worked for a while. It's been working for a while, so I don't know how it was getting these. For port info. Oh, okay. For port info in quick scan info. So it's not really this. This is not really the problem. Really, the problem is quick scan info. Which I don't see. Where's that at? Is that all the way up here? Oh man. Perform quick scan. Okay. Display in-map results. Okay. Quick scan info is not. Quick scan info is not a function. Quick scan info is just a variable. Where are we populating that at? Quick scan info equals. Aha. So perform in-map scan. Oh, we read this wrong. Okay, so we're not getting that from here anymore. That's why that keeps failing. So let's, for now, let's see. We still have to do this though. So let's take this and let's just comment it out for now so we can see what we were doing. And instead, we're going to just do we just want to run the quick scan. We don't really need, is that the exit mesh? Oh, we just need to run the self.api, I think. I think that's all we need to do. We don't need it. We don't need this yet. So we were actually getting quick scan info back from Nmap. I mean, back from our routes. So somewhere over here, not in our routes, over in our tools. But for now, let's just see if that was enough to get us moving to the next spot in our code. Okay, let's kill this and restart it. Let's go over here. Let's kill the folder. Let's run it. Okay. All right, it's still trying to run it. All right, where's that trying to run at then? We just killed it. Tools. No, we want to be over here in Ktron. Ktron, perform quick scan. We just turned that off. Oh, what? Freaking Copilot? No, that's what I want to run right there. Bad Copilot, bad. You're supposed to read my mind, not do dumb things. Can you believe that Copilot not reading my mind perfectly? What am I paying for? All right, let's try this again. And okay, good. Now we have a new error. New errors are better than the same error. New errors are always better than the same error. Ktron has no attribute object quick scan info on line 215. Okay, so let's go back. 215. Oh, because we're trying to, in our basic recon function, I think we're trying to display Nmap results still. So let's also comment this out. We're not ready for that yet. We're just trying to see if we can get it to run correctly and go into the GoBuster scan. That's all we're trying to do right now. We will worry about displaying the Nmap as soon as we can at least verify that we've gotten this far. All right, so Nmap scan. We're waiting. Okay, error occurred while making the request. What request did you get an error on now? Error on perform Nmap scan. Failed to perform Nmap scan exiting. Well, that is not true because I just watched you do the Nmap scan. That just means that it's not it's not returning what it feels like it should be returning. So let's oh, this is for full Nmap scan. Okay, so for full Nmap scan, we don't care about that yet. We just got the regular Nmap scan working. We'll have to come back for that. So that's fine. All right. So if you look here, we got basic recon. We're kicking off the Nmap scan. The Nmap scan completed successfully. By the way, Nope Terra, if you're still there, I don't know why, but it fixed itself. The kicking off the Nmap scan and the Nmap scan completed successfully. There's only one, but it's the little one again. It's the little guy here. Kicking off GoBuster, kicking off Nmap full scan, and that's where we die, which is fine. Because now I want to try to display the results of the quick Nmap scan. So that's where we're at now. We're going to try to display those results. So for that to happen, we need to go up here. We do need to do this display Nmap results. But to display the in-map results, we're going to have to call another self.quickscanInfo. So we're going to have to, like here, like call something to get those. Or, even better, in my opinion, is self dot, we're going to call it log. We're gonna say add in-map results to DB. That's what we're gonna do. That's the next thing that we need to do. Add in-map results to DB. Okay, and I think we can use this twice. In fact, I want to use it twice. So basically, we're gonna run. So let's go. Let's bust out the diagram again. Back to the diagram. Here we go. So let's just scroll down here. So what we're gonna do is this. So we're gonna run the in-map basic scan. Okay. Let me do this. Control D. Boom. And then we're gonna run the in-map. I don't even know what I called this one. The in-map advanced? I don't know what I called this one. Whatever, advanced. I don't remember what we called it. So we have like the basic and we have advanced. Well, I don't know what we called it. Doesn't matter. And then over here we have our database, our TinyDB. And the TinyDB is going to have a section called like in-map results, right? And so we are just going to use one function, like a parse in-map function, parse results, parse in-map function that'll parse the in-map results. And so what I'm saying is we only need one parse in-map function, and then it doesn't matter what in-map we're using. It should parse it the same way every time, and then just overwrite any of the results that it gets. So basic in-map goes to parse in-map puts the results into the TinyDB in-map results. Then when we run a more advanced or more in-depth, maybe that's the word I used, in-map scan, we're still going to parse the results, and all we're going to do is overwrite these in-map results, right? We're not going to have new results. We're just going to overwrite these results so that they are more complete. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to fix our parse in-map, and we're going to have to run it more than once. Because we'll have to run it for every time we run one of these in-map scans, which is good because that means we'll just keep getting better results, and then we may have another, like a third, down here where we have like in-map insane scan, right? Whatever we call it. So whatever multiple in-map scans we run, shouldn't matter. They should all be able to go through the same parser and should all be able to send their results into the TinyDB. Okay, so we're going to make this easy on ourselves, at least in the beginning, because I don't think it'll matter. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back over to our code. Oh, actually, you know what? It is 8:30 now, and this is probably a good stopping point because we've got it working to the point where we've got, let's look again. So we've got a lot of ground this morning, and I really appreciate everybody who's hung on and been watching this morning because I know this gets in the weeds, but it's a lot of fun. And it's fun when it starts working. So our working directory, our host name, our IP, our database, we are able to set everything up. We're able to run our quick nmap scan. We're able to kick off our GoBuster, and then we're ready for our full nmap scan. The next thing we've got to get done is our TinyDB, which right now is pretty boring. I will show you that before we go. Let's look here. So if we go into the notes up here for Spice Hut, you can see that we've got the nmap results. Oh, we don't have, dang it. Oh, here it is. No, that's the JSON. Okay, so remember, you can go in here on a JSON and you can get format document and you can get it down. So right now, all our little TinyDB has is just our working directory, our host name, our IP, whether we forced it or not last, and it's the date. And then tools is gonna be like for tools that are run, which we haven't got to yet. Let's see, I deleted a bunch of these old ones. I don't think I have. Yes, I do. Okay, so on this old one, you can see here, I have a function that will take the nmap scan and convert it to JSON. So I can convert the XML from a scan and convert it into a JSON of the scan. And what we can do is we can literally insert this entire nmap JSON into our TinyDB, because TinyDB likes JSON. So we could have a another entry here. We have default there, but we could have an entry down here that's nmap, and it puts it in. And then what we'll do is, instead of overwriting when we get a new nmap scan, like the detailed scan here, we will run this JSON function against its XML, and it'll be much more in depth. This XML is just insane to try to read. It's yucky. So there's that. And then what we'll do is we'll have it loop over it. So it'll have to do a little thing where it like runs and checks the value of each of these. And for one, if it doesn't exist, it'll add it. And if the value is different, it will update it. And that way we don't lose information from one scan to the other, because we'll only add information that doesn't exist from one scan to the next. Now, we will lose things like this version, or these different things won't, and the args that ran, like that kind of stuff isn't really gonna, that stuff will change, right? I guess really all we care about, if we think about it, is scan info. So there's scan info, hosts up. Where do we have ports at in here? Control F, ports, top ports. Where is it getting like the open stuff at? Maybe this one didn't run right. Let's check this. So like when we grep our boy here, our boy, there's that. Here's the XML for this. Here we go. That other one must not have ran correctly. But we can see here we've got like ports, and we've got like port protocol, port ID open, blah, 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 blah. So maybe we do only reach some things. I've done this in the past, and it starts getting ugly really fast. Like it gets nmap data is rough. So we've got to decide how much of it we actually, maybe we only actually do, maybe we don't put it into the database. Maybe we just leave it in the files and we just access the files as needed. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we just leave the files there and we just scan the files for the information we want out of the files, rather than trying to convert the entire file into the database. Because like I said, it gets ugly. And I got really frustrated a couple of years ago when I tried to do this, because the nmap results are not always uniform. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say like right here, like you've got this thing like, hey, here's FTP, SSH, and HTTP, but there'll be like some other oddball thing, and not all of these fields are there, or the fields are different. It's weird, and you'll like run it and it's fine, and then you go up against a box that has an oddball, thing on it, and the way that it structures the data is not the same as what you're expecting, and then your parsing crashes. It's very frustrating. It's like, why is it not uniform all the way across? But anyway, I digress. All right, so that's what we'll work on next time. That'll be fun. I'm really glad we made some progress. I'm gonna once again thank you guys for listening. Please, if you haven't liked the stream, like it and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. We are up to 140, so we're doing great. We're really cooking. But I want to thank you guys because, you know, I talk about working on a larger project and how it's really good to force your way through it, to work on it, and to, you know, force yourself to work through the hard problems. And I will admit, if I didn't have this channel and a little audience and some devoted people who are coming and cheering me on, I'm looking at you, RB, and Noctera. If I didn't have some of that stuff, I would probably already have moved on to another project, because that's just the way I am. I'm a squirrel, and I'll move on. But because I know that there are people who are invested and watching along with me, I'm sticking with it. And we're getting further. We're making progress. Like, I will admit, I was not looking forward to the problem that we were going to work on this morning, but we got it. It took us an hour, but we fixed it. And now we are ready to move on to more interesting problems. And so that's great. And so anyway, that's just what I wanted to do. I wanted to thank you guys for being there. And I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, get some good rest, and on Monday morning, we'll hit this again for another hour or so. So everybody have a great weekend, and I will see you all later.